Hey and welcome, I'm Solo, and this is ZN Gaming. In this video, I'll be going over a few settings that might fix low FPS in Apex while streaming and stream stuttering. Before I waste any more time, let's jump into it. This video is just going to cover the settings in-game and OBS. If you haven't tried reinstalling the video card drivers, definitely try that first before proceeding. If you've tried a reinstallation and still have the issues, try doing a DDU of the drivers. I'll leave a link in the description to a video below of how you can do that, so let's just jump into the game and go over to the settings. The first thing I do suggest to do is to go into the game and change the game settings lower until you stop having the issues. Sometimes there's not enough that you can change in the game, but that's definitely the first spot that I would go. So in Apex, the first thing that we're going to do is go down through the video settings, and this is where we're going to try and resolve most of the issue. After a bunch of testing, a few of the settings I find that help the most to turn down or to their lowest settings: the ambient occlusion quality and the spot shadow details. These are two settings I find that use a lot of resources, and turning them down or all the way off is going to make the biggest impact. A couple of other settings that I would turn down or to the low are the sun shadow coverage, the sun shadow details, the volumetric lighting, and the dynamic shadow spots, or the dynamic spot shadows. These here use a lot of resources, and turning them down is going to net you the best results. These were the only settings that I ended up having to change besides the texture filtering. This is another one here that causes quite a bit, that uses quite a bit of their performance up. So when I turn this one here down from 8x to only 2x, I found that my performance on stream and in game went up a considerable amount. I went from skipping frames to not skipping frames on stream anymore. And these are just the Apex settings that I found that were... So if you're looking for a video that shows how to find the best settings for your setup, your hardware configuration, I will leave another link in the description below for that. It's going to go through how you can fine tune it one setting at a time and see how you can improve it just a little bit. Depending on your hardware, this can vary different. For most people, if you're running, I'm running a 3080, so 3070, 3060, anything around there should be able to run this here and net really good results. If you're running lower or older hardware, you're definitely going to have to run everything on low, and you're probably not going to net more than 120 frames per second if you're running anything older than a 1660. After you've changed everything in the game and you find yourself having just a little bit of a problem, even if this has fixed any of your issues at all, that'll be a good start. But if you're still having a little bit of a problem, a couple of the other things you can do is open OBS. So a few of the other things that you can do in OBS, once you open OBS, you can right click on your preview window here and you can disable their preview. Now I know a lot of people like to enable their preview and actually like view it, but I actually suggest going onto Google, loading up Twitch, and just viewing it. Viewing your stream in 420p is going to be a lot better than having your preview window open up here in 4K, for example. Where I'm recording in 2K, changing this here to disable is going to actually get me quite a bit of performance. So that's something to think about when you're changing your settings. Do you really need the preview window open? Or are you actually just watching your stream through Twitch anyways, and you might as well just disable it and net yourself a bunch of performance? This is going to gain you 7 to 10 FPS just disabling this here, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. Now after all of that, if you're still having issues, I suggest doing fresh GPU installation. Make sure you do the drivers from scratch, do a DDU, and make sure that you fix the drivers. If you're still having stuttering of any kind, that's going to be the one thing that's probably going to fix it. If it doesn't fix it, it's going to be the most likely thing that will be able to fix it is your driver. So if you've gone through and you've changed everything to the lowest settings, you've gone through OBS and changed things, the next thing is going to be your driver's updates. And like I said, if you're running older hardware, there might be nothing that you're going to be able to do about it. But I definitely suggest, if you're running anything newer, to start with the GPU driver installation. Make sure that you uninstall them completely, restart your computer, and redo them. If all else fails and you can't get it to stop stuttering and you're still having the problem, I would suggest just starting over. If you happen to have anything, compatibility issues, etc., if you're running anything newer, 30, 20 series even, and newer, and not something like a 970 from like the RTX from back in the day before the 10 series, then I would definitely suggest just reinstalling your Windows. So reinstalling your Windows and doing your drivers, if that does not help, that's about as far as I would be able to help you. Past that, it's going to be a support or hardware issue if you're having stuttering still past that. So I won't be able to help past there. But if you do happen to have those problems, you can definitely contact support, depending on how new your hardware is. But that's it for this one here. I just actually wanted to cover this here because a few people have contacted me with issues with Apex for this here season. So if you've been having stuttering issues, just remember to turn off your previews, change your settings down, make sure that you go over and comb through everything with a fine-tooth comb so that all the settings are set up correctly. If the update might have changed some things back to stock, you might be just missing some things, but that's all you should need to change, and that's all for this one here. If you think I forgot or left something out, definitely leave it in the comments below. And if you like or found the video helpful, hit the thumbs up and get subscribed for more content. Thanks for watching. Bye!